In this exercise, we're going to discuss creating a custom title block. Just like in our borders, our title block is not too shabby predefined, but it's really bland and basic, and it definitely needs to be tweaked. If we expand out our drawing resources, we have our couple borders that we have in here. So I'm going to say define new title block. Before I do that, I'm going to back up here and I'm going to delete out this one here. So I'm going to make sure I don't have it in my way. I could also come in here, copy a title block, paste, and then just edit the existing one there. The only problem with this is if you look at this, this is a fully loaded, super complex title block. You can come in here and start tweaking this if you want. But to me, it's easier to either start with this, but then come in here and start deleting stuff and recreating. There's just so much information in here. It's easier to come in here and recreate it on your own. Now, one thing I do want you to take note of is the way they use some of these sketch-only lines. What you can do is once you get kind of cleaned up a little bit and you offset in or whatever you want, you can actually dimension this out to 5. And this isn't actually going to be part of the border. What this is you say sketch only up here, highlight the lines, and this is going to be kind of like a working construction line to set other lines and mainly text. So I'll have real geometry that goes across here. And then what I'll do is I'll have text. The first one here, I'll say name. And then I'll come in here and I'll use that sketch line there to be my name. I can copy another piece of text. I can edit it. Basically put it to the center of this box. Make the box a little bit smaller here. And I can use my sketch constraints to lock this down. And then I can come in here, highlight this, and say instead of being title, I want this to be author. Got to remember to hit the little X to wipe out the title. So now this will be filled out with the author name from your drawing properties. And we'll talk about how to edit that in the next exercise. So as you can see, you can build slowly but surely and get a full title block in here. The other option you have is if you have an AutoCAD title block from your company, you can actually come in here and go up here to the right hand side there, say insert from AutoCAD, and go out and drag in your AutoCAD title block and paste in here and modify attributes to be properties. You can bring in images, come in here, click, I go out to my desktop here, have my company logo. So now I can come in here, make my logo a little bit bigger if I need to, tweak it out. So now I have my company logo in there. That's not a good one. I can delete that. Right click and say delete. Try this other one I have. Kind of play with it and get it the way I want it to be. Scale it up. And now I have my company logo in my title block. I can bring in my AutoCAD title block. There's a lot I can do here and save this title block out. Say finish sketch. Yes, I want to save it. Right click and say insert. So now you can see there's my company title block. I missed one of my lines with my sketch there. So I can right click and say edit again. Say sketch only. Finish. You can spend a lot of time on your title block and be very careful. The title block is kind of a booby trap that you can run into because of all that information in there. To me, it's easier to delete the existing title block and just start recreating from scratch, especially if you have one that you're looking at. If you're going to import in something from AutoCAD, for example, I usually try to import in the lines and then start constraining them because they'll come in as unconstrained lines. So you want to get them locked down. You want to start adding some dimension into it and get your title block as secure as possible, as fast as possible in there, as it will get kind of willy-nilly on you and go crazy. But you can see it's pretty simple though. It's easy to use. Inventor understands that it is a title block. So if I come into my sheet and I say edit, doesn't matter where I move it, it'll understand that it's still a title block. So take a look at that and see what you can do with it and see if you can create your own title block.